our general unit against their cavalry unit, and it looks like we have prevailed in this. Another cavalry unit there that's still shooting. Let's see if they'll be able to hit. No, they were not able to hit. I like the fact that just before the charge they have decided to shoot. Look at that, these two fools will run away with all these horses from the battlefield. Well, at least they're alive. He that would live in peace and at ease must not speak all he knows or all he sees. Okay. It was a certain success for us. Berlin, on the other hand, is not as well defended as it may otherwise would seem, but that does not mean we shouldn't attack it. In fact, let's ask them to surrender. They refuse to surrender, but this should be an easy battle. And it was an easy battle. Berlin is ours. Prussia is no more. Prussia is destroyed. These were extraordinary successful battles, very important. Two of our armies have beaten 3 Prussian armies, and we'll soon have 4 armies bordering Poland, Lithuania, who are certainly going to continuously attack us. Without Prussia, the situation in Europe would change from us being on the defensive to us being an aggressor and on the offensive. For example, now we can focus on countries such as Hanover and Denmark, who previously were a sort of a small countries which could deal a lot of damage if they would be involved into these wars that we were. However, now they become a target. I'm going to raise the general from our grenadiers unit. Bon Adrien Bonaparte. Look at that Bonaparte. That's a famous surname. I'm going to replenish those armies, and as you have seen at my coffers, this has proved to be extremely expensive. Furthermore, I would like to invest in rebuilding first, because it's more important for now. We will engage Poland-Lithuanian troops that have entered our territory here. Unfortunately for them, they have sent quite large force there. Large, I wanted to say quite experienced force. I'm sure it was a mistake on their side. Furthermore, war concerns strike in Brandenburg. It's not surprising due to the fact that our armies were not there garrisoning this. The nobility has issued a letter of protest at the current situation in the region. This is because discontent has reached dangerous levels. Okay, without the army garrisoning it, they didn't want to stay French. Once again, we have more rebellions in Saxony going on. In here, we ended up with a port city. It wasn't a town that I was expecting though. Georgia has been wiped out. I wonder who wiped them out. Oh no, that wasn't Georgia. Georgia is right there, and it looks like Ottoman Empire has attacked Georgia. As you can see, Russia is invading Ottoman Empire and spreading in there. So I was talking about Hanover and Denmark. Obviously these two nations are relatively weak compared to us. They're united. If we attack Hanover, Hanover may most likely drag Denmark into war. If we attack Denmark, Denmark will most likely make Russia join the war. So we have to attack Denmark and we have to attack Hanover and hope that Denmark is going to join this war too. Russia is still unfriendly towards us. It's unlikely that they would agree to a trade agreement, but as you can see, Russia is becoming more fast and powerful. We at the same time have become much more powerful ourselves. I'm going to send my spies further to spy in the territories. In here, it looks like the 4th army has been completely finished. So we will get into a position. Well, first of all, we'll station in Netherlands, then we'll get into a position to attack Hanover. And Denmark. Denmark will have to be invaded on some of its territories on Iceland. Right there. So before we start a war against Denmark, we should sail our troops there too. Most of these are militia troops, but militia troops must be supported by line infantry. If they won't be supported by line infantry, then it's not going to be good enough. I'm gonna send one of the priests to Scotland. If Britain turns Catholic, then they would never ever rebel against us. And so our problems would be certainly sorted out here. I'm checking just which of my cities are increasing in Catholic religion, and it looks like a few are, but not enough. and they need them to do that. So I can't really get rid of that, but there's no other way. We have to. In order to turn my population fully Catholic. In here, if I would do the same thing, I would probably end up with public order problems. But I'm going to deal with one of these buildings so just solely I could build a church. Because then I would deal with public order issues and make this province completely Catholic. Is there anything we can do here? Yes, there is. But not that. Let's deal with this building right here. Well, close mill, as you can see, it's giving us public order issues. Anyway. Yes, in Scotland, Dundee is going to emerge in 12 turns, so we can build a church there. Otherwise, things will be just fine. We'll hope that more priests spawn and we'll send them to the islands so that they could further spread our faith there. Otherwise, things may not work out that well for us. In any case, we're making a lot of money. Our currently conquered territories are making us plus 2,000. They're Protestant, unfortunately. They need churches there too. So I'm going to get rid of some of these buildings that would allow me to build a church. Oh, I see now. We don't need to build to torn this. We need to torn College of Divinity. That's the college that's making this population more Protestant. We have to make sure that these kind of structures are not there. Besides that, as you can see, we're building large numbers. I mean, we're researching a large number of technology. I want my best colleges to focus on this research right here. Selective breeding. After this, then many of my buildings will be available for further upgrade. Look at that, the reorganized procurement would reduce recruitment costs but would increase upkeep costs, which is bad. Really, really, really bad. We're already paying a lot for army upkeep. We won't be raising any more armies anytime soon. Our trade income has increased tremendously, as you can see. And so we're making a lot of money. In fact, we should probably invest further into gaining some more trade income, which is exactly what I'm going to focus now. And hopefully this will make us even richer, even if we don't really need to do that due to the fact that we are so rich. we should do that. We have a very, very large front with Poland and Lithuania. We shouldn't attack Hanover or Denmark, we should attack Poland and Lithuania, but I would like to deal with nations that are present behind my back. First, I'm sure I've noticed another town that's going to spread Protestant religion in Berlin. It looks like Americans are sailing somewhere. Or United States are sailing somewhere. We finally got ourselves another priest. Which is great. I'm going to send this priest to the islands, where he's going to be very, very useful. Letter of demands. Okay. Now I'm going to invest more money into reinforcement there. So that's the building I was talking about, another College of Divinity that would make Protestants so much more. Enemy raids is taking place, riots are taking place there, but that's undeniable. Dresden is quite happy already. Natural causes. One of our spies have died. New casting technique. While searching for a better kind of steel to use in his workings, clockmaker Benjamin Huntsman has discovered a process for producing harder, purer steel than any currently in production. While the details are closely guarded secret, it is known that the method involves heating and cooling iron in large clay crucibles to obtain a cheaper source for the coke that fuels his furnaces. Mr. Huntsman has recently relocated to Handsworth near Sheffield. Certainly, the cutlery makers of that town will benefit from the close proximity of his high-quality crucible steel. However, it should be noted that whereas this innovation in the West, steel of this quality or woods has been produced in India for generations. Indeed, the Indian process uses crucibles in a remarkably similar way and has apparently been practiced since the 4th century. Well, we just kind of learned something from the Indians, so it's fine. And that makes us so much smarter, obviously. In here, I'm going to build up a little bit. Technology has improved.